Hey, we are back on Campfire Chronicles for episode. I believe this is 4. I think it's episode 4. Andrew, Kane, Charlie.
You actually called me by my full name for the first time.
Charlie and Abigail is back, making her season 4 debut.
James Weinholtz hosting.
I don't even know why it's that funny. Why is it funny?
Let's watch the most ridiculous fucking movie on earth.
Yeah.
Abby, how you been?
Good. How have you been?
I've been good. Are you getting psyched for Sinister Creature Con June?
Oh, yeah.
Almost a little over a month
That's
away.
True. It's coming up fast.
It's very exciting. I am excited about it.
It is extremely exciting. It is the Summer Slam to October being WrestleMania. That is the WWE calendar of our lives with Sinister Creature Con. Only a lot easier or closer together. Kane Hodder, the headliner, Doug Bradley, Sam Jones, so many more on their way.
Joe Bob Briggs.
Charlie is so fucking excited to meet Joe Bob Briggs. It's unbelievable. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. Sinister Creature.
It's a good lineup.
It is a very good lineup. SinisterCreatureCon.com to get your tickets June 15th, 16th, Scottish Rite Center. Not a cooler venue for a convention, in my opinion. Everybody's super accessible. Everybody's super nice, super chill. Ton of cool merch in the booths. And we run the panel side of things. I think we're going to do some enhancements on the panels. Going to try to figure out what Kane, like entrance music for the guests.
Wow.
Really?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good.
We're going to try to spice it up a little bit each time.
It's going to make it a big deal for Kane, huh?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So...
This is the first I've ever heard.
We're like 2 months away, dog.
Yeah.
We got time.
Thanks for throwing ideas at me before we
You just worry about that hairdo of yours.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's no worries.
Oh my god. This week, so let's refresh on where we are with the virtual scare park. We opened season 4. Determined to be the biggest season because I don't know what season 5 is going to look like, quite frankly. Just like I don't know what next haunting season is going to look like. Why this haunting season is going to be the biggest. Try to do as much as possible because I don't know what next year brings. That being said,
well, that's kind of cryptic, Jim.
It's just the truth, man. It's just the truth. What? Anyways, we opened season 4 with Pet Cemetery 19, and it was kind of a disappointment.
Not to me.
Charlie is still standing up for this movie, but he doesn't really stand up for it aggressively. Like he's okay with us shitting on it.
It's like Jason X. You know,
Yeah.
like he doesn't stand up.
Charlie does not love Pet Cemetery 2019 as much as he hates Jason X. That is an accurate.
True.
So
Jason X is the worst.
okay,
fucking
20
worst
Pet
I
Cemetery
have ever
2019. We all said this year we have a ride. It can be any kind of a ride, water ride. That's going to come into play in a minute. We have room for one roller coaster type attraction. And then we have like dark rides or immersive rides, whatever kind of a ride you want to propose. It's on the table there for the voting. If you want to propose a ride attraction based on a prior property that was a no, you can do that, but it forfeits your vote. So week 1, Chris Martin forfeited his vote to have a Ecto-1 Back to the Future style, like motion simulator type Ghostbusters ride at our screen park, and everybody said that would be pretty rad. So that was the first ride that was announced. Kane said, shaking his head, no, doesn't fucking matter. Everyone said yes, so it's in the park. We said no to a haunted house, but we said Pet Cemetery was good enough to warrant a scare zone. So you'd be walking through the swamp into the Pet Cemetery, into the soil ground. Maybe have like a facade of the house every once in a while or something. Do you know they built a house in front of the house to burn down?
Did they? In the original? Right?
Yeah.
That was Judd's house, right?
Yeah.
Because Judd's house was a real house.
Yeah, they built a fake
a fake house in front of it. Yes, I remember reading that. Or seeing the documentary.
Yeah.
Because there's a documentary though.
Yeah. So that's in as a scare zone. Then we went to week 2, which we watched on YouTube, and you can watch it too, for free, The Sand, 2015. If you just go ahead and YouTube The Sand 2015 full movie,
I forgot about that one.
I missed that one, or else, Jason X
I mean, if anything,
that
that movie raised a lot of conversation between everyone, because, I mean, it was pretty fucking brutal.
That movie was... You talk about this movie not being that good? That movie was a humongous piece of shit. It got no's across the board from everybody. We were down...
Which is unusual, because usually there's one poor
somebody wants it.
I think I said scares no.
That took us into La Llorona last week, live.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Live from El Roselle and then the movie theater. And yes, we universally loved that movie.
We did.
And we voted that.
And we actually disagreed with most of the critics on that.
Yeah, it got shit on a lot, and we all loved it a lot.
Yeah.
And
it was very good.
Connected into the Conjuring universe, and it shows it's a good movie.
Yeah, you told me that. I was surprised.
Scary.
Yeah.
Genuinely scary.
Yeah.
And we decided that it should get a haunted house, so you would kind of revisit the highlights of the film. You get like the preset, the prequel era, setting the stage, and then into her stalking you through the house and shit. Mm-hmm. And then we said that she should have a ride. It would be a boat ride down the river in Mexico. So like the first room would be her drowning the children. And then your boat would coast into like another room where she's either drowned or she's like you see her drowned on the side of the boat, and like another one fucking pops up. So it's like a slow moving boat haunted mansion. And then we said, you know what? If she's gonna have those two attractions, La Llorona is our icon of 2019. So she is the host of season 4 of Campfire Chronicles.
Wow.
Cool. Well deserved.
Well, now I need to fucking watch that.
You should.
So,
Andrew, you would have liked it.
Now that leads us to tonight. We got a doozy of a one to discuss. The Toxic Avenger. A trauma-filled movie. Abby, I had never seen this movie.
No?
No.
And I have never seen it either.
Oh,
No?
I've never seen it. No.
I saw when I was a kid.
I was like 8 years old.
You saw it when you were 8 years old?
Yeah,
Abby.
I got in class of Newcomb High and all kinds of, I think it was like a midnight movie fest on like HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And they were playing a whole bunch of trauma films, and they scarred me for that.
Yeah, really, Abby. At 8 years old, yeah. I can see that.
That's what you get for midnight movie watching while your parents are asleep.
Did you sneak up and do this? I mean, was this something?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever watch the cartoon or no?
What was it?
The cartoon.
The cartoon Toxic Avenger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
It was called Toxic, right?
No,
I mean, he was called
Tox-
Toxic.
Well, he was called Toxie. That's his nickname.
Yeah.
Oh, Toxie. Oh. You saved the day, Gabe.
Abby, going in, do you like this movie or do you hate this movie?
Or do you remember it?
I don't remember hating it, but at the same time, I don't remember loving it. Okay, so this is, I know Troma films, and I rewatched Class of Nukem High, and I was like, oh, that's why it scarred me for life. Okay.
Yeah.
So after watching that, I decided never to watch another Troma film again. So I remember bits and pieces of Toxic Avenger. I think it's more of a nostalgia thing. Like, you kind of have to love the campy, terrible. It's a terrible movie. It's a fucking terrible movie.
It is.
It is so, and it's meant to be. That's the thing.
It is.
Yes.
So that's where there's a beauty to it. It's supposed to be terrible.
The so
absolutely
bad, it's good
terrible
situation. Like, you can't turn it. I mean,
disgusted.
At any point in time, did you want to turn it off?
No, I had to watch the whole thing, of course.
No, I'm like, I need to see what the fuck happens next.
I mean, everybody has their tongue in cheek.
Dude,
I mean, nobody's taking it seriously, so you just kind of go with it.
So let's get
That's exactly what it is.
let's get into it. This movie starts in Tromaville, and there's like already just abundant outlines of tits and cocks and everything going on, and we make our way into this gym where these people are like banging and shit, and there's this nerd Melvin who is kind of a perv.
No, he's perfect.
Yeah.
There's no kind of.
But they all are.
They all, yeah. Everyone in Tromaville, all about that booty.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a...
It's all about
But Mervin,
however you can get it.
Wherever you, yeah.
Melvin is
kind of a
aggressively,
brainless
he's aggressively pervy.
Melvin is just, I think,
He's
what you would
limited.
call.
He was the janitor, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but they make,
Okay.
like,
He's
I feel
mentally
like-
challenged.
I feel like we're watching a Tropic Thunder, and when he went full retard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that word.
I mean, like, it's literally, like, there is no other way to put it. Like, they make him look like he's.
I mean, there's
taking
other ways
ass.
you could have put it, Kane.
What
Yeah,
the
really.
Fucking.
He
There's-
quoted it from
Super-
Tropic
He
Thunder,
was
though.
mentally challenged.
It's okay.
Seriously. Have
No,
some-
no,
have some-
that's not
Right.
It
even.
was
That's not right.
totally Leonardo
Mentally challenged is-
DiCaprio playing What's Eating Gator Grape, right? Is that
That's
what you're
some
saying?
dignity, fucking piece of shit.
I am
Oh,
sorry.
man.
But actually, Andrew's right. If we go back to this period of time when this movie was made,
Yeah.
that would have been totally acceptable to Colin.
He's a retard.
guess. I guess.
I'm sorry, but like it's fucking.
It was a less enlightened time.
I'm not even. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
I can argue at this point, but I don't want to right now, so I'm just gonna.
Okay.
So this dude is kind of like perving and stuff, and these two like asshole guys,
Bozo.
Bozo and Slug, and their girlfriends who I don't even know if you ever find out what their names are at any point. Decide they're gonna get.
I don't think so. I couldn't. Wow.
They're gonna get him back. They're gonna get this guy back, and so the idea is
he's stressed, Bozo.
yeah, Bozo's stressed out to the max.
Right.
He's throwing everybody's fucking vibe off. Everybody's worried about Bozo having less stress. So Bozo's girlfriend is like comes up with this plan that she's gonna be waiting in the locker room. She whips her tits out for her. Melvin's excited, like keeping it together, not premature ejaculating. And huh?
You couldn't tell.
You've really analyzed it.
I know. I think you were
Jim.
staring at the wrong part of that.
So she takes her boobs out, but tells him that he's got to put this fucking tutu outfit on because pink turns her on.
Right.
Charlie, at this
And
point,
if he wears pink, she'll take hers off.
Charlie, at this point, I am at full mast. I am ready
You are.
to see this happen. Like, I don't care if he keeps the costume on. I don't care. Mind you, by this point, too, we've already seen, like, 3 fucking real sex scenes. Like, those people actually had sex in this movie.
We suspect that that's the case. Yeah.
Like they're actually going at it. Abby, what do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Probably.
Abby was 8 years old.
And if not,
so,
it sure looked like it to an 8-year-old's eyes.
yeah, I bet.
Or they were really wrestling with no clothes.
Holy shit.
Just,
Okay.
We're speechless, Abby.
You know a lot of that this season. So I just can't. Oh.
So, where are we at in the fucking movie? They're gonna like get him back. Okay, so he goes in with the tutu on. The lights turn on. Like they're like, "Oh, I'm closer. I'm closer." They turn the lights on. He's kissing the sheep, and the like entire town is surrounding him at this pool, and they chase him mercilessly.
No, there was no mercy in that.
Mercilessly, excuse me, until he jumps out of this window and lands in fucking a barrel of toxic waste.
That is being driven by a guy who just sniffed a mound of cocaine. At least a pound.
At least a pound.
At least.
Easily a pound a piece.
And there was no way that was fake cocaine either. Just
Like
real sex, real drugs.
Which kind of explains the movie.
Yeah, yes.
So the kid climbs out of the barrel, at which point the town surrounds him and still laughs as he's like sitting there frying to death with this goo on him.
I suppose it was like he's faking it.
And then he catches on fire.
After setting a police fire.
And he runs home and takes a bath, which like activates the acid on his body, and so then he begins to mutate more into this like sloth-looking character. And then after that, it's like he is just fucking murdering people.
Yeah, bad people. Not good people, just bad people.
He's just fucking murdering people.
But bad people.
In the most low-budget...
He refuses to say it. He's avenging people, Jimmy.
He's the Toxic Avenger. Right.
is it with the mop?
So, at the end of each murder scene, there's a brand new mop in which he mops people's face with and leaves it at the scene.
Okay.
I mean, the amount of budget that was spent on mops for this movie blew the whole fucking thing.
Really?
Right? Like, yeah. Fuck the amounts of cocaine. The mop budget was ridiculous.
But all during this, they're very careful not to show his face.
Yes.
Because that's a big reveal that comes later in the movie.
Yeah, in what scene does that come, Charlie? When the girl goes to the sauna and masturbates for like 5 minutes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
Like,
About two of the Polaroids of the children or the kid that they had squashed. Like,
oh yeah, it's like her boyfriend's game to run things or people over when he's drunk and he's driving. And they celebrate the fact that they ran over a 6-year-old boy's head. And that's like 28 points.
Backed
yeah,
over it.
backed over his head, and they took Polaroid pictures of it, and that is what she's using to get her off. Go trauma.
Really? Very.
Like that's literally what she was like.
That's
saying.
literally, yeah.
That may be one of the darkest things we've ever covered on this show.
Hey, dude, and there's some dark shit in this fucking
There
movie.
is.
Yeah.
There is. And I
And
don't
it's
know.
super playful.
I
which
don't know
is
if it goes in with the tone of the movie because you've got this little kid, innocent kid that's getting hit.
Yeah.
And his head literally is crushed like a melon.
Yeah.
Because they back over it because
Yes.
he's not dead.
Yeah, no, there's some dark shit that happens in this fucking movie.
Yeah, and it doesn't. That's not the tone of the movie at all.
Well,
Right?
that's the trauma people. They do dark shit, and they just make it look like it's funny.
Yeah.
To off-put the terrible things they can put on film.
What were you going to say, Abby? Is it what? Abby?
No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it alone. It's okay.
No, you
No,
I
you
won't
say
touch
it. You say what you were.
Okay.
You say what
Well,
you were
I'm
going to
just-
say.
So, like, I know that, like, it's a kid getting ran over, but is it any different than what Pet Cemetery did?
Yeah.
In this
Yeah.
That guy wasn't
without-
hammered.
show? I mean, so okay. So you're supposed to laugh at this one, right? You're supposed to be like, "Oh my god, that's a watermelon."
I don't think no.
like,
Actually,
kind of
like,
thing.
Well,
I was kind of I was upset because they ran over the kid the first time and he was still moving, and then they put it in reverse and then ran him over again, and that's when you get like the practical effects of the head splitting open and it looks kind of like watermelon, yeah. But it's still deeply disturbing.
but I think they do want you to laugh.
I think
that
it's supposed to be
so
funny.
out there.
Yeah.
And
and we're gonna get out and take
crazy
pictures of
that
it,
they
and
want
like
you to laugh.
I think we all looked at each other and like we just were like, "What? That's fucked up." And like we didn't laugh. We just like I think said that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy might have laughed.
So it's like a shock value.
I think I nervous
Head
laughed. Like,
exploding,
holy shit,
6-year-old
laughed.
kid.
Also, the police sergeant keeps heiling Hitler throughout the course of this film.
Yeah.
More aggressively
Yes.
as the film goes on.
Yeah, and then the mayor becomes my
How much can they shock you?
And there are terrible stereotypes of gay couples
Yeah.
throughout this movie that kind of reflects the period of time.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking late 80s,
We're talking
mid
dicks out,
Everything.
openly gay. Like, they're banging each other.
They are, but they're cartoonish and, you know, they're...
What about the street gang that, like, breaks into the blind girl's house and...
I never got that. Yeah, the one that was dressed up like a girl?
Well,
I mean, is that a...
no, I'm talking about the blind girl when they start just raping her. In
Oh,
the
yeah.
In the food store, right?
That's kind of what you're talking about. There's some dark stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's in this crowded restaurant, he throws the girl over the table, pulls down her panties.
Yeah. And Charlie was like, whoa.
So-
Like, there was a
says-
groan.
And this is a quote from the movie that will burn in my brain forever. I've always wanted to cornhole a mute.
Oh, my girl.
Oh, no, he said a mute,
Did he
I
say
believe.
mute?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it shows you how stupid he is.
Yeah.
Huh. That.
Oh, a mime. No, a mime. That's
Oh,
what it was. I've
oh.
always wanted to cornhole a mime. Now, how many times are you ever going to hear that line in a movie?
I don't think I'll ever hear another one.
I don't think I will ever hear that line again.
Okay, Toxic Avenger, baby. It's the only movie you'll ever hear that
There might be a few. There might be a few lines that we hear in that one.
in. Well,
Um,
but that particular... Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, Toxic Avenger hooks up with this blind chick, and they show him rail her. Now, granted, that sex scene that you eventually see with them, he still has his pants on, probably because they couldn't do any special effects makeup on his balls.
I mean, full frontal dick was not, like, there was no dick hanging low out.
No, there was none of that.
But
Had they
he's
done that, I'm sure we saw a Toxic Avenger dick.
who
100%.
he is just railing this girl. Who, by the way, the girl aggressively crosses her eyes the entire film to show she's blind. Like, it made my eyes hurt after a while watching her.
She just stares up a bunch, too.
Yeah, like, just because you're blind doesn't mean you have to stare to the ceiling or cross your eyes.
Do you think that was an acting choice?
Yeah.
Or do you think if that was a director telling her to look...
Oh, I don't know.
To be honest with you, I probably thought she probably kept looking at him.
If it was an acting choice, it was
I don't know.
awful.
I don't know if it's her doing it bad or if it's just I mean, it's her doing it bad regardless if it's her doing it or the director telling her to do it.
Right.
And it really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, if the director cared, after one take of her doing it, he would have been like, hey, don't fucking do that. What are you doing? So that's obviously a decision that got made. That's why it's in the movie. Like, every time she's like the focus of a shot, she's fucking Googling her eyes out. So
She's the least convincing blind person I've ever seen in a movie.
She's constantly reaching for her cane. She's constantly calling fucking
But how many
Toxic
canes does that woman
Avenger.
have? Every time she reaches for him, she
She's
grabs
got like
them.
900
20 of
canes.
them fall.
This is after, by the way, like this dude like shoots her seeing eye dog
Oh my
like
God,
4
yeah.
times, and you have to watch this dog with its guts hanging out
Yeah,
repeatedly.
Yeah, dark shit. Dark shit.
Yeah, like what the hell?
That is another one. Yeah, I forgot completely about that.
This movie, they do like the 5 no-nos, right? Like it's like you don't kill a fucking kid. You don't kill a dog. There's like fucking
especially with a shotgun. And
public rape scene.
public rape.
Yeah, fucking. There's a couple of murders that are probably just not kosher, right? Like,
Well, the little old lady that.
oh fuck!
Yeah, why-
You beat up an old lady and steal her car.
And she's a little
Yeah.
person.
But
too.
why did he?
No.
Why did he kill that lady? What connection did she have to anything? Abby, do you know?
Oh, she was.
Well, they
she
said
was.
later she had a.
Oh yeah, the midget. Oh yeah, and then stuffs a midget in a fucking dryer. Okay, that's 5 no-nos.
She was the leader of a white slavery ring.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh no, I do not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what
they were
it's
explaining
like,
it to the mayor.
yeah, they were
No.
like, hey, and he's like, we just can't get out because if it gets out, then he's still a
Right.
good guy, and that's why
Right.
we have to find.
But she was bad too.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. I think that the pants she took in was the guy that pissed his pants that was in that gang, right? They looked just like the jeans the guy pissed. I
Yeah.
assumed it was that.
I don't know. What you're
Well,
talking
no.
about.
Piss his pants around.
I think she brought in the pants. The pants had white stains on the crotch.
That's true.
What do you think it was?
Cocaine? I thought it was cocaine and piss.
It could have been cocaine.
No, that was
Okay.
semen. That's
Was it
clearly
I
semen.
think it was
Okay.
supposed to be semen.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
Another highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was
Another tasteful scene.
yeah, it was abundantly semen all over those pants. It
I
was like
think so.
a Monica Lewinsky dress situation.
You can tell by the way that the
Yeah, you tell me about this, Joe. Keep telling
The
me.
dry
Tell me about the dry cum.
The dry-
on pants, please.
been there, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Oh. Fuck this
Sorry,
movie.
Abby.
For one.
Oh.
Abby,
Dry cum talk. Sorry, but
at this point,
Oh, she didn't hear it. That's good.
Good.
Let's keep it going.
Abby, at
Well,
this
it's really okay. You see, the reason why this movie is so gosh darn popular is for all those reasons that
Yeah.
you just said.
Yeah.
All of them. It never have you ever seen a movie so un-PC.
Yeah.
Let's watch this movie because it's terrible. Let's talk about cum. Let's look at dicks. Let's see two guys doing it. There's a sheep somewhere in it, I'm guaranteeing you.
there is.
There was a sheep. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And it's, I probably remember that from my
Somewhere in
childhood. But
about
anyways,
eighth grade,
somewhere in there, there's
that
going to be
8-year-old
something that's going
memory,
to
it
shock
popped
you to
out.
shit. And that's why this movie is become what it is.
Uh-huh.
And it's got such a following
Right.
that, I mean, everybody knows what the Toxic Avenger is. I mean, even if you haven't seen it, you know
Yeah.
the Toxic Avenger.
That's true.
And then you watch it and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yep.
And you know what? We're kind of analyzing it now, but you really have to think about the context of the time that it was
Oh, yeah.
made.
Oh yeah.
And what you're saying about it being so outrageous is absolutely right. I mean, we've seen just about everything in movies by now. You know,
I think this
in
was kind of like the
present day.
ledger of what not to do in movies. Like they just kind of
Basically.
spelt it out. Yeah. Like this is all the things that you're not supposed to do in movies, and we're gonna do it all in one
Yeah, that's
We're
really
gonna
terrible
do
movie
it
that's
all in
supposed
one.
to be awful.
Exactly.
But you're gonna love it because it's all the things you're not supposed to see in movies.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's why you sneak out to that midnight movie feature to go see it because it's so taboo, it's so rotten, but it's terrible. It's so low budget, but you have to love it for being so outrageous.
Yeah.
And I don't mind you guys talking about cum and dicks and stuff, just so you know.
okay.
Thanks, Abby. Thanks.
Good to know, Al.
You couldn't stop us anyway, but yeah.
Oh, now that Charlie's got the green light, now
now
she's abs.
all we're gonna talk about. God damn
Oh
it.
yeah.
But I missed the joke, and I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't really a joke. It's just an observation.
Thank you. So then it comes down to he's going to murder a bunch more people, really, to the point where the mayor calls in the National Guard.
Yep.
The National Guard all point their guns at him.
Which
I remember
consisted
this
of
part.
about 10 guys in uniforms,
Uh-huh.
you noticed.
And the rest of Tromaville with fucking shotguns and knives.
As Charlie so adequately saw there, that there's a row of guys pointing shotguns like 15 rows back.
They've got 15 rows of people in front of them, and they're pointing their shotguns
Straight ahead.
at the crowd.
They got to work their way through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
For
sprayed with a
real.
buckshot. It's not a fun thing.
Have you?
No, I know people that have.
Okay. Don't say it like you have that. Come on.
Got shot with a BB gun.
Yeah, actually, I've been shot with rock salt. That fucking sucks.
Where
It's
did
on my bucket
Don't
list.
trespass on farmer's land.
Really?
Oh,
Did
shit.
you really? Wow.
Yes.
You're lucky.
Where'd
it was
you
just
get hit?
rock salt.
Huh?
Where'd you get
Right
hit?
in the ass.
What did it feel like?
Huh?
What did it feel like?
It felt like someone lit a fire underneath your ass.
And what did he say?
What do you say?
Yeah.
Get the fuck off my property.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
What did you say?
You thought he was really going to shoot you, though, right? Because you didn't know it was rock salt.
I thought he was just pointing the fucking gun. Then we heard the gun go off. It scared the shit out of us. We dropped. And then, like, I was like, why is my ass hurt? I was like, I just got shot. And then I was like, like, looking around and just, like, holes in my pants and, like, fucking my ass hurt. I was like, the hell is that? And then he, like, cocked it again and just, like, took off running again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Where
dude.
was this at?
So,
What were you doing on this guy's property?
well, so you know where West Union is, right?
Yes.
Right behind Signature.
Yes.
There's a farm back there.
Yes.
I lived backed up to that place, and we always used to like hang out on the railroad tracks.
So you were literally a neighbor, and he shot you.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's probably about 2 acres of land
Oh.
before he hit his house,
Got it.
and so like we would just go along the railroad tracks, and we'd fuck around in his field every once in a while. Yeah, he didn't like that because apparently a lot of kids did.
All right. Interesting story, Kane. Sounds like you were pretty stupid.
Which brings us back to the movie.
So, Toxic Avenger. Nobody can shoot him. And then he walks over to the mayor and literally just rips the mayor's belly wide
Did
open.
anyone else besides the mayor shoot at him? Because they're supposed to capture him, right?
No one shoots at him.
Yeah, just the mayor.
Just the mayor.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the mayor. And apparently the bullets bounce off.
Do they bounce?
Yeah, he's bulletproof, or he just absorbs them, whatever.
Yeah, they
the
didn't-
mayor is
they
a
didn't-
terrible fucking shot.
that forgive me, fucking that fast. He was probably sweating so
Yeah,
much that his fucking-
yeah.
The mayor is like 400 pounds, and he is just sweating through this whole film through his shirt.
I mean, literally, there's
Like-
one scene where he's like doing a bunch of coke and like watching girls dance, and one of those girls dabbing his fucking forehead with a fucking crack. I don't think it was supposed to be caught on film, but it was, and it was great. It was fucking great.
Yeah, he's just high on cocaine, getting a massage. It's like Jabba the Hutt, if Jabba the Hutt was
Yeah.
a person.
Yeah, he was always being
Comparison,
massaged and eating a sandwich too, and
Right.
with like no clothes on.
Ho, 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 ho.
Like, seriously, like half the scenes he's being massaged and eating a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
And he's like being massaged while he's on his side, which is
Sure.
also weird.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong on any of those points, Kane. And then he walks to his girlfriend, who's been yelling his name the whole time, and she trips and falls.
Because she's blind.
Yeah, she's blind,
right.
remember.
I got that.
She just trips and falls and gets up, and he kind of like does a under her armpit type of a thing, and it fades out. And we get like if there's ever some evil, blah blah blah, the Toxic Avenger, and that's how the movie ends. And
What's the runtime on this movie?
I don't know.
It's like an hour and 22 minutes. It's not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very long.
It's less than an hour and a half.
It could have been shorter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Could have been an hour.
Yeah.
Could have been the 30-minute episode.
Yeah. Hey, Saturday is Star Wars Day, gang. So whatever.
May the 4th. Woo!
May the 4th be with you, no matter what you're doing.
Comic book day.
This is us reaching out to you. May the 4th be with you. Kane, a perplexed look on his face, like, what the hell is happening?
You just have that on your phone, right?
It's May the 4th, Kane. This Saturday. Drive safe. Don't have too many Force-Aritas. and drive your Star Speeder Land Speeder home.
Land Speeder.
Yeah, Land Speeder home.
Don't forget to get your D-Droid. Oh,
Yeah.
Drive it to
Yeah,
the
get
comic
your.
book store.
Make sure
always
you
designate
put that.
your droid.
Make sure you put that droid on Astro Pilot. Let your astromech drive you home on Force Friday.
/ call a tow truck driver or an Uber.
And may
Check
the
your
Force
license at the door.
be with you. That went
And
well.
also with you.
That one, Toxic Avenger.
That went well. So yeah, Toxic Avenger. That pretty much wraps it up, man. There's like fucking 9 of these things, unbelievably. Every time.
Is it really 9?
Every time.
There's a lot.
Yeah, every time
There's a-
Lloyd Kaufman gets like $100,000, he makes one of these fucking movies and loses it all.
$100,000? It really cost him that much to make that movie.
Let's look up the budgets. Let's play The Price is Right. We're gonna play an over/under. By the way, La Llorona did really well. Opened with like $60 million, and
It's really good based on its budget. Because what was its budget like? 8?
$9 million. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's very good.
Just for a whole movie. Especially like the weekend. Isn't it? It opened the same weekend, or no, weekend 4 in the game, right?
So the Toxic Avenger. So we will reward 1 point to to whoever can get closest without going over. Kane,
Okay.
what do you think
I'm gonna say
the budget of this movie was?
1980s.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna say like 300,000.
Okay. Abby, what do you say?
Shit.
You want Charlie to go first?
No, I'm going to go with 83,000.
8, okay. Charlie?
I'm going to say 150.
Andrew Kane is the winner. This movie
Holy shit.
This movie was made for an estimated budget of $475,000.
Wow.
I'm sorry. If you can see those lines in his makeup, you did not do your budget correctly.
It was mostly drugs.
Oh,
That is literally that true.
I
That number. I
didn't
was
think
like,
about the drugs. Oh, shit.
yeah. I was looking at all the different drugs in the movie. I was like, no, that's all real drugs. And
Those are real,
This is
for real.
definitely purchased as a prop, but was used very much.
But I can see it. It does have better production
Yeah.
values than a lot
Yeah.
of low budget
What
films.
they
so I
needed
can see that.
was a sound editor. And so
Yeah.
they obviously went without.
Right.
Okay, so next round, next question. How much money did it make? Box
Oh.
office was.
Oh, gosh.
God.
that's a
Oh,
good
wow.
one. Are you just box office run, not video?
Yeah, total.
Okay.
Reynolds.
So box office run.
Um,
Did it even open box office?
Yes, it had its midnight movie premiere.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Say
Closest without going over, Kane. How much do you think it made?
I'm gonna say 200,000.
Okay.
I'm gonna say $500,000.
Okay. Charlie says 500,000. Abby, what do you say?
How much was it made? How much did it was made for?
No, how much did
It
it make?
was made for 475,000. How much did it make?
300,000.
So Abby says 300,000. Kane said 200,000. Charlie said 500,000. Charlie gets a point
Oh wow.
because
Wow.
it made $800,000.
Wow. I mean,
It almost
Really?
doubled
Doubled
its.
its budget.
It almost doubled its money.
Wow.
Wow.
Not bad.
I am impressed.
I can imagine it's made a whole lot.
Well, I
more.
guess I can see the.
Made a lot.
The
It
appeal.
was discovered on video, though. I think that's where it made its money.
Yeah.
The next question: what is the percentage Rotten Tomato gives this movie?
Oh shit.
5.
83.
Abby says 83.
5.
Kane says 5. Charlie says
I'm gonna say 50. Actually.
50. Charlie gets another point. Rotten Tomatoes ranks this movie a 70.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
I'm a
Damn it, Price is Right rules.
Yeah. So Charlie, clear in the lead now, and our final question, worth double points. How many Toxic Avenger movies are there?
I think there's 4.
Just Toxic because there are Tromaville movies and
Yeah,
stuff.
just
Yeah,
Toxic
just
Avenger.
Toxic Avenger movies.
So Kane's in at 4. Charlie?
I'm going to say. I'll say 5.
Abby?
6.
Andrew Kane nails that there are 4 Toxic Avengers, and with those 2 points, Andrew, you are the winner of Toxic Avenger. Price is right. Holy shit.
And your prize, you get to watch it again.
Oh my God! Please.
Yay.
Can we look up the cartoon?
No.
That's what I really wanted to watch.
So there we go. Let's move in, Kane. Don't pull up the cartoon right now. Kane, we now move into what our real world haunt situation is. The only one who's really not seen anything significant is Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando and in Hollywood. Both of them are getting a Stranger Things Season 2 and Season 3 maze. Then we get into original concept mazes. Orlando did a Nightingale's maze in Halloween Horror Nights 21, and they're like these evil vampiric monster things called Nightingales. And the first maze they did was World War II in the trenches. And now they are doing one that is Roman Colosseum with those same monsters. They are also doing, as is HHN Hollywood, a Universal Monsters take again. So I would imagine Orlando's going to do something similar to what Hollywood did last year. This year, Hollywood is doing Frankenstein versus the Wolfman.
Saw that.
Ooh.
Is that based on the classic Universals?
I hope-
Or is it gonna
yes.
Be a new interpretation.
No, they were last year. They were very much the old school. Frankenstein was a little bit gorier than Karloff was, but
Mhm.
he was the same like sculpt design.
Aren't they doing Frankenstein versus?
Wolfman.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
In fact, they even call it the same name as the movie. It's Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and then they're doing, so they called it a scare zone last year, but it really felt like a maze last year. And it was called Holidays in Hell. And it was a street experience, and they had twisted characterizations of all the characters: Easter Bunny, Leprechaun, Cupid, New Year's Baby, Krampus, Santa in general, a turkey. There was just, it was crazy. And so those characters, and rightfully so, are getting a house. And so that's kind of where Halloween Horror Nights stands. Kane and I may be at Midsummer Scream this summer in Long Beach. It's looking like we are invited. So we didn't make it out there last year, but I think we need to really badly this year because Bill Moseley is going to be there. And I really want to fucking meet Bill Moseley. Fucking Otis Driftwood. So, anyway, Charlie, or actually, before we get into it, hunt season. There are 4 confirmed things already for October as we close April. September 28th, I will be in Fullerton, California, attending a swinging wake. And that is a banquet to celebrate the Haunted Mansion's 50th birthday with the Imagineers who built the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, no way.
That's super.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so it will, I don't know how long that part of the podcast is going to be. I think there's some kind of a band thing. I know the lady who is the new bride, when the bride talked in the Haunted Mansion, the voice is going to be there. There's some really cool artists that are going to be there, so it's going to be really cool. And then the 29th, turns out it was broken last year, the year that we took my mom for her birthday, is the last year that they will do anything Halloween party related in Disneyland because of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They want they don't want another influx of people. They don't think they'd be able to clear that land in time of people.
Wow.
So they are moving.
Burially.
They are moving the Halloween party to California Adventure, and it is entirely represented by Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas, and it is highlighted by you can meet and greet. They've met. If you follow me on Facebook, you see the meet and greet photos we get with Jack and Sally. At this is something that they've only had in Asia up until now. Actually, I take that back. I think Florida got it too. Is a Oogie Boogie meet and greet, blacklit meet and greet. Donna and I are going to that party. There's a new they're bringing the parade back. There's a World of Color, completely Halloween villain themed. There's a new Halloween stage show. There's the Monsters After Dark version of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is ridiculously fun. The dragon from Thor: Dark World chases you up and down the Tower of Terror. And like all kinds of stuff. There's some like new haunted trail. They're going to make the Redwood Forest haunted trail haunted by some of the Tim Burton characters. So that may be like a Tokyo haunted house thing. So those 2 things in the beginning of September. Sinister Creature Con October, I believe, is the 14th and 15th, somewhere around there. And then the other thing we can confirm will be the Higby Haunt. And as it may be the last scare of the year, the Higby Haunt's going to be brand new. Kane, I want us to podcast one going through and one scaring people.
Cool.
Then a weekend or a couple dates with the Higbees, and then I can confirm Halloween Horror Nights. I can confirm probably not Scary Farm. Won't be a Fright Fest this year. But I'm going to reach out and try to find as many new things as we haven't done. We've never, this is our 4th one, or our 5th one. 4th one, I think, since we've started to do like actual podcasting and haunt seasons and stuff. we've never done the Lathrop place.
Oh yeah.
We always go out there and it's packed, and we always say screw it and leave. The Lathrop place, I want to try to do.
Do they have any kind of the press?
So actually,
reviews?
the what's the hurricane mascot? Like what's, I forget their actual company name.
I don't know, doing the promotions.
The one Dennis and
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, they usually do the like the kids show there, and they actually were supposed to talk to us about doing that sometime. Never mind. Talk about it, but yeah.
All right, so anyway, the answer to your question, Charlie, is no, as far as I know. Enthralling, Kane. You just been spot on. If it was like Pardon the Interruption or one of those ESPN shows, your tally marks would be going just down.
That's Lancaster. Yes.
So this movie we've already discussed. We would have the attractions that we have: Ecto One, La Llorona River Cruise, a La Llorona Maze, and a Pet Cemetery 2019. Scare Zone, still plenty of room as we have to have 7 rides, 5 scare zones, 10 houses, and a stage show. So, Kane, before we get to should it be A, B, C, or D, what was your score for this movie?
I'll probably give it a B, I think, actually.
So an 8 out of 10. What does it for you?
It just, like I said, it's one of those things that, I mean, it's just so bad you can't turn away. It's like watching a fucking train wreck, like, and then listening to the things people say, and like looking at people in the background. Like it's an entertaining but terribly done movie.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe
Yeah, it's entertainment. Like it's like I'm not trying to watch something and get scared, but it has some fucking terrifying scenes in it. The acting's terrifying as well. So I mean, you get a good scare from a couple things in it.
Terrifyingly bad.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yes.
But
so I
on
mean,
purpose. So.
yeah, and so it's exactly. It's kind of like like this is.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean on purpose? You think they were trying to be bad on
I
purpose?
think they're exaggerating.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're exaggerating the roles that they played. I think actually the quality of acting in this movie is not that bad because I think they're deliberately being bad. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a Rodney Dangerfield movie, right? Like,
And I think you
fucking-
can tell that they're deliberately being bad.
Well, I mean, I hope to God that
The killing kids and shooting dogs.
No, I was talking about
What's worse, shooting the dog, running over the boy?
God.
to me, she's a dog.
Charlie.
Well, to me, it's the boy, but it's like comparing, two awful, horrible things. There's no winning answer there.
What do you give this, Charlie?
Okay, even though there were parts of it that I thought was funny and I enjoyed, and I think there is a little bit of craftsmanship, even though it doesn't seem like that, kind of sneaks through. I'm going to give it a 4, simply because I know that they were trying to create this cult film. I know they were just throwing out all this outrageous stuff, and I know that they were doing it with a sense of humor, but I think there are movies from this same period, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, that did the same kind of thing but did it better. So I would say 4
Out of 10.
out of 10.
The Killer Clowns didn't push like the
No,
Terror Clowns, right?
It didn't.
Yeah.
But
The Killer Clowns is way better than this movie.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, they didn't push the terrible shit that, like, you can get away with in a movie like these guys.
Did they get away with it though?
I mean, they've made 4 of them. And then,
Does it have a rating on it? Is it rated X or R or whatever? It's not rated,
It's
right?
R.
I think it's R. I don't think it was rated X because there's, like I said, there's no full frontal. It's just boobs.
Just boobs.
I mean, that's the way you say
It
it.
was a hard on.
There's a hard on, but you don't see the guys.
Thanks, Andrew.
I mean,
It just
Charlie pointed it out.
There's
insightful as always.
no, I pointed out the cum on the pants.
Okay.
not-
Okay. There's cum on pants. Like that's a thing.
Abby, what do you give this movie?
What can we give this movie? It's a 50-50 for me. It's 5 because I get it. If you really looked into the history of trauma and where they've come from and how they came up with these characters, and actually Charlie's the closest when he says that these are over the top actors. That's exactly what they were doing. They were pushing bounds. They're pushing for their thing. They're an independent company. I'm pretty sure that when they released to theaters, they did it themselves. Their production company does everything. So, I mean, it's terrible. And are you still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, cool. Okay. It was dead silent. I was like, what the hell's going
Listening
on?
intently.
You're
Yeah,
captivating
yeah.
us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
No, but 50-50 because, yes, I watched it once. No, I won't watch it again, probably. I did try, Class of Newcomb High is the one that I remember the most out of all of them when I was little. And then I rewatched it, and I remember why it was so terrible. And, I have a lot of... But I looked into the history of trauma, and it gives me a little bit more love for... I can't remember their names right now.
One of the longest running independent people, right?
But
Yeah.
they do it for shock. They do do it because nobody else will. And that's their gimmick. And everybody has to have a gimmick.
True.
Is it a good one? Maybe. Is it going to work for them? Yeah, sure. Will I watch this movie again? No. No, I won't.
I think that's the key, Abby. I think you said it. Because I was thinking about that too. And, the movies that you really enjoy, you watch over and over again. Even bad ones. If you find something that you like, you watch them over and over again.
I would watch it.
I would not watch this movie.
I would watch it with groups of people. All the
I
time.
would say...
It's great to talk to.
I would say, for me, this movie is probably like a 6. It's not complete garbage, and the fact that I can respect that they actually made 4 of these fucking things.
I think 2 is actually my favorite, to be honest with you.
But there are things that are pretty unforgivable in this movie. I'll start small and then work our way to
We're just calling pants this.
some stuff. Number 1, don't have your antagonist, no matter how big of a bastard he is,
Be curvy.
joke about running kids over drunk. You'd never be able to do it today.
No.
You'd never be able to do it today.
Uh-uh. Even
That's
then, it was sketchy.
just bad taste.
It was supposed to be.
That's literally what their gimmick is.
It was really
are
intentional.
Like the
They
taste,
really intended to gross you out with that one.
it's like
the other
Mad
thing,
Magazine, right? Like the
I'm nowhere near the caliber, nor was I ever going to be, no matter how hard I tried to be, the caliber of artist anybody who's even auditioned for Face Off will be. But when I'm applying special effects makeup, you better believe I at least blend in my lines. And
I remember in Suicide Squad. The Gator?
Mhm.
You can see all the lines on his fucking chest.
Suicide Squad won an Oscar.
Suicide Squad.
Did it really?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For special effects or for makeup?
Boom.
Yes, I think it's makeup and costume.
It's fucking terrible.
Um,
Will Smith buy
so
that one for him?
so just blend in the lines of the fucking cow and his arms. Just blend them in. That's a fucking 15-minute job.
They're high on cocaine, dude.
Probably intentional.
To be honest, honestly, you know what?
Hopefully.
You're supposed to be staring at the tits, not the.
It's it's supposed to look low budget for a reason.
My favorite thing is the mask when like the one eye is always staring at his other eye is always. Like,
Because it's static.
it's a great like they didn't even try to make that other eye move at all. Like
Oh, no.
it's always sat there.
It's a mask.
It's so
Straight
good.
up.
It's so good. Appreciate the not so finer things in life.
So, Kane, in an update, are you going to make us those shirts for Sinister Creature?
If I can find the fucking thing.
If you can find what thing?
Huh?
Abby, would you wear I Heart the Monster shirt?
Heck yeah.
There you go.
I need to find an image of it.
Yeah, you need to. So now, start looking for it.
I've got something else.
Get your Google up.
This is where you wait.
Just I wait for what?
Just go. Keep going.
Oh, Kane's waiting to play a song. Stupid. It's gonna be. No, I'll let him have his moment. I won't spoil it.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for letting me have my moment.
I think that if you actually have been listening, you would know what song Kane's pulled up. Should it be a house, Andrew? Actually, you know what? Hold that thought. I'm going to go first this week because I'm going to try to jury this for Kane because Kane's just going to start throwing out yeses all willy-nilly. Okay. We've got some really good movies lined up this season. Some really good movies. Starting next week, we do our Sinister Creature Con push to June. So all the movies for the next month and a half will be nominees of movies that some of our paneled stars have been in. Stay tuned to figure out what's going to be first. So just that in mind. And then later on, as we weave towards haunt season, you've got like movies like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, It Chapter 2, whatever else may come. Like Death House, we have to do. We didn't do it last season. Child's Play, absolutely. That'll be right after Sinister Creature Con. So just a ton of things. For that reason...
The new poster about it?
Yes.
The fucking Woody
Yes.
arm?
Yes. For that reason, I don't think this merits a house. I wouldn't give it the house. But I would give it like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit or Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin style dark ride, where you could even spin the car. And the car could be little mini versions of the either the toxic truck with the barrels of toxic waste in the back, or the car where the dudes are just doing fucking. Oh, that is the toxic event. That's the toxic truck, right? Where they're doing coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that truck, is probably what you would be, or maybe the little bug that they drive around for a while at some point after he murders that lady.
Why don't you have little cars that run over children's heads?
Yeah, right.
Or Bozo's car. So there'd be like a rotation of 3.
I'm just kidding.
We do
either
we
get-
do a parade.
You'd either you'd either get the toxic truck, the bozo kid killing one, or the bug, and then it'll just keep repeating itself like those rides in Disneyland do. And then you're like off on the adventure of the Toxic Avenger. Like one scene's them like shaving him out of the building until he falls in the waste, and you could do like a scene where you like fall, whoa, and you're in the bathroom with him melting, and it's just like a dark ride telling you the story. Like you do like that blacklit scene, that'd be cool to ride through. But yeah, the animatronics would be like shitty. They'd be from like 40 years ago.
I'm sold.
Like they wouldn't be the best animatronics on purpose. They'd be bad on purpose.
Old fucking like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, like completely just pieces of shit. Telling the story of this film as you ride through it for like 3.5 minutes or so. I think it should be that. A scare zone could go either way. Here's the thing, the same thing. We only have 5 scare zones. We actually have 4 scare zones left after Pet Cemetery got one. So if you want to like waste one on Toxic Avenger, that's cool. I won't stop you. I could go either way. I personally am gonna say no. Don't waste a scare zone on that. And stage show, there is a stage show, so I don't know if that kind of disqualifies it or not. There's a Toxic Avenger the musical happening. Yeah.
Where?
They also, I think it's East Coast somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I
need to see this.
I would say it same as the scare zone. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Would it bring people in? Probably. Would it? Does it need to be the thing that we end up choosing? I would say no. So I'm no to everything except I think it should be a ride. John and Ashley text me. They are both no across the board. So
You're weighing in over the phone, you son of a bitch. You don't do that.
Andrew, what do you say for a ride?
Can we just have the Toxic Avenger running around mopping people in the park?
No.
Can we just have someone dressed up like Toxic Avenger running around mopping people?
Do you want to?
That's all I want. I don't give a shit about it.
That doesn't count as anything.
Yeah.
That would just be somebody in a costume, not a real part of it.
Can we just write down Andrew runs around the park mopping people in Toxic Avenger outfit?
I'd like to see that, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
How about you can be dressed up in the line of the Toxic Avenger ride?
The ride? I see. The only thing. See, I wouldn't do a ride. I would do a house if we were doing one. I don't think it. I mean, I don't think it merits a house or anything like that. It's a fun movie, but it's not like a haunted, scary thing, right? It'd be fun.
So you
Good point.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, and like you know
It's
me,
not really.
I love being terrified in these things.
Toxic
Yeah.
Avenger is not scary.
I would just
He's actually a hero,
yeah.
so he's not scary at
The
all.
things that the murders he happens. So like if we were gonna do a house or something like that, I would just do like basically every murder scene he does because the murder scenes are fucking
The
ridiculous.
scariest person in this movie is Bozo.
Yeah, actually, he is. He is the most scary. Oh, the girls too. Like they're fucking.
Yeah, the
they're
girls are-
creepy as fuck. So
Because they're so cold, emotional.
Yeah.
Cold.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the only one that's not scary in that group is fucking Slug, and because he goes to church at least.
Yeah, he does go to church.
He's gotta wake up early.
True.
So you say no to everything?
Yeah, I say no to everything. Like I said, I would just want to see someone running around mopping people up.
Charlie.
Unless we do Toxic Crusaders.
I'm gonna agree and say no to everything just for the reason that I don't think he's scary. I don't think the movie merits being part of the park.
Abby.
Yes.
Would you want to see this as a
Oh God, no.
Oh God, no.
haunted house,
It's no.
scare zone,
No.
No.
ride?
We just wasted the night of it.
The ride sounds interesting, but no.
show.
No. I've seen
So-
enough.
Wow, so it's no's from everybody, and it will be nothing in the scare park. I was the only one that said it would make a good ride. So next week, we start our countdown to Sinister Creature Con June 15th and 16th in Sacramento with movies that the upcoming guests have been in, and we started off, Kane, with a chance for redemption for Kane Otter, because Charlie, even tonight, relentlessly, what are you doing?
I wasn't trying to do that.
Relentlessly always talks trash about Jason X. Next week, we get out of space and we go straight to Manhattan. Because next week
I'm not coming to that.
next week we will be doing Jason Takes Manhattan, and that will start us on our countdown to Sinister Creature Con. Thank you for listening, and you can still see. What are you doing right now?
I don't pay for YouTube. This is the intro to. Right? What? The Toxic Crusaders TV show. If it starts. Okay.
Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders. I had no friends, no girls that hugged me till I got radioactive ugly. Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders. I live in the dump 'cause the ribs real low. Got a little bit Bobby, lousy soul. Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders. Now me and the boys fight against law.
Thanks for listening.